Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I'm going to be playing Empire Waterworks, at least the demo of it, and testing it out. Woo! Now I've been playing this every week, once a week. Primarily because I'm actually in touch with the dev and they keep giving me builds to test, which is great. And this most recent one, as far as I can tell, is mostly just game balance fixes. But I am determined to play out the entirety of the demo just to finish it. And to know that I can, because I keep blowing up the damn boiler. So we're going to make it work, we're going to make it happen, and I'm going to have fun. And I hope you do too. In any case, I need to share this around, because nobody's here. Unless they are, in which case, hello. So damn loud. There we go. If you want to play this game for yourself, the dev has authorized me to say that the demo should be out on the 19th of June, and at that point you can wishlist, well, you can already wishlist the game, but you can play the demo for yourself and have some fun with it. Now I know this game isn't for everyone. It is a utility sim. It's a damn fine utility sim. Lots of love put into it from an indie dev. All right.
Dig this.
Alright. I think that is essentially enough time. Let's swap the music over to something a little more appropriate. There we go. This one's probably fine.
That gets my heart pumping.
Alright. Now I cannot hit continue. Simply because, well, I'm going to hit continue because it'd be funny. Wait. What? I seem to have been blessed by... I seem to have been blessed by random luck. Instead of having to start over, because last time my boiler exploded. Why is the screen shaking? Oh, one of the changes that the dev made, actually, which is a really cool one, is if you open these. Oh. Ah, okay. So that's already open as hard as it's going to go. The screen shakes a little every time the pump does something. It's barely perceptible right now, as right now it just sort of feels like, a slight bump. And we were actually talking about, like, other consequences for making these pumps super open, right? And the idea that we had was, there are hazards. Now, I, of course, knowing me, did a very silly thing and suggested, well, what if the eldritch abominations known as, the Murden, or whatever they're called, the fish people from the Cthulhu mythos. What if you sucked one of those up and now you have to fight off the fish people because you killed their king? Or something. And they were like, well, that's not gonna happen, but maybe a civilian gets hurt, or there's debris that you have to clear. Which, honestly, I like that idea, because, like, it's, one, non-violent, two, more likely. Oh my goodness. How much time do we have left? Plenty of time. I'm gonna get the industrial thing back up to 150 maybe, hopefully. Ah, come on. Darn that phone. Yes? I refuse to reduce the inlet as I am attempting to get back to where I was before the stream ended. I would like to go home today. I miss my wife. $130. $130 is a better target to shoot for. What is going on? The boiler can't handle higher pressures. Let's check the sound levels. Yeah. Yes, I'm shaking it so that I can get more done. Yes, yes, hang on. Yeah, shut up. Eight. $29. Oh, hush up. Gonna be complaining about the pressure. So much pressure. Yes. I know I'm shaking the house. Actually, Mr. Gatehouse, I need to talk to you. Oh, municipal, please. want to get municipal up to 110, and then we need to swap to residential for the night. Hopefully I just saved my boiler a bunch of damage. But to be fair, I probably didn't. Oh, it's a schoolhouse hydration initiative. Oh, well, I don't need to swap over to residential at all. And, in fact, I can reduce the water pumps drastically. What is it again? 70%. Let's put it at 69. Whatever. Whoops. There we go. Now they can stop complaining about it. I'd hope I'm getting the revs up. Why is it shaking still? Yeah, that's at 68. This one's at 68. So why is the ground still shaking? So it needs 70? Well, it says no greater than 70. But, like, I'm just rounding for margins of error. Oh. Dude, brush you up on theoretical physics. Interesting stuff happened. I cannot wait to hear about it. If I remember correctly, the dev wanted me to see what happened when it flooded. I should probably just refer to him as Harmon. Alright. Once we get this over 100, I am going to... I'm gonna let this thing die out. It has bucked hard enough for today, and quite honestly, we need to probably clean the boiler. So what's happened in theoretical physics? Jeez and Pete. That's a really fast leak in the residential thing. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to pump for that. You blow the whistle out front, I want to hear it. Alright. Just realized I don't have any Steam production. Looks like we are out. Understood. A new type of star may exist at the center of a black hole that fixes the info loss paradox. Ah! Interesting. Alright, what's going on with our ledger? How badly did I mess up that boiler? Integrity's at 100%. Oh, okay. Oh. That's normal, apparently. Get everything oiled for when we get back. Working on a way to confirm gravitons. Huzzah! Even though America's collapsing and idiots are in control, we're still making progress. Humanity, please. I don't want us to become idiocracy. Oh dear, that bearing oil is low. Yes, yes, be right there. Or not. Oh, there we go. Must be important enough to call back. Aw, the Steam fanatic's a little bit sad that the engine's not running. I saw it for but a moment. Quitting time! It's not the first time I've gotten rest, right? Alright, and we're back. Oh dear. Alright. Alright, I'm on my way. What do you want? What do you know? Municipal reservoir is repaired. Let's open that 10%. This 10%. Oh, I can't close this. What the hell? Like I ran out of paid turns. Hold. Yes, I know the municipal threshold is below reservoir, or below threshold. Stop! 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 frick? Why aren't these cylinders heating up? That's warm. That's still cold. I'm glad I now that I know that the I was thinking like, why is that red? That's not usually red. And then I realized, oh, probably because the cylinders aren't warm yet. I don't know why this one isn't. Hurry up, damn it! You kidding me? Yes, I know everything's below standard. Everything. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm working on it. Fuck off. Already an hour into my shift. What? Oh, he added it! Oh, that's one of the other things that he added. Is, you are able... Or not able, but there is a pressure release valve at the top of the boiler. It keeps your boiler from getting damaged from overpressure. I like that. Although I feel like that should be an upgrade. Right, everything seems to be back up. Pool's open, water's fine. Yes, I'm working on it. We just got the engine running. Hello, Trot! Welcome, welcome. Alright, we'll take municipal up to 80. Inflow 100%. How are things with you? I exist. I'm a little bit tired and achy, but that's fine. I went to my farm today and started installing a fence to protect the crops from deer and rabbits. Although, I got a hint today that perhaps I should plant marigolds, which would help immensely. Turns out marigolds produce a chemical that drives deer away. There's a saying that you made up for yourself, you don't have to do good to feel good. That sounds like the start of somebody's billionaire arc right there. I don't have to keep being good. Google's motto of don't be evil doesn't need to be followed. But yeah, you don't have to do good to feel good. You can... figure yourself out first. Stop talking to your wife. We have an emergency at the industrial reservoir. You can be really crappy, but as long as you look at the good, then you'll feel good. I don't like where that's going. If your day is really crappy, okay. Yeah, okay. I can get behind that. It's like, I beat up a grandma today, but, you know, I saw somebody petting a kitten, so I feel good about myself. What the fuck? Outlining a story is hard? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have faith in you, though. Storytelling is very, very personalized. Yes. Yes, it is. Although, storytelling is making observations about life and applying them well, not necessarily essentially to a formula, but the formula does help. They have their own methods, indeed. I don't know if I can play that. Oops. I don't like that sound. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like a groaning. We're not low on lubricant, are we? No, but we're a little bit low on fuel. I really don't like the sound of that. It sounds like it's creaking and groaning and dying. I am pushing it really hard. So it's understandable, but... we're working on it! I still have yet to get merit points for anything that I do. How is your story going, Tsumi? Sorry, Trot? That's a throwback. Swap to municipal real quick, get that back up. Then we'll swap to residential. Push that one. Refill the oil, cause my paranoia is getting to me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. I'm gonna get municipal up to 100, then we'll swap to residential, get that up to 50, or try to get that up as high as we can. That boiler's getting real low. Gosh, I've had to shovel a lot more coal into this thing recently. It burns through it while, like, well, coal. Oh dear. Too much overpressure. I'm gonna save real quick, because I imagine that's about to flood. I'm gonna say that's high enough. Excuse me, Mr. Gatehouse. Residential, please. That's gonna take a while. The pipes are groaning. Groaning, I tell you. What do you miss? Not much. Just me thinking about, like... Oh! I heard a train out there. Darn. Me thinking about something like... Well... What if you had an extension here, and then, like... This was opened up, and you had the setup from Hydro, where you could turn a turbine, or not turbine, a dynamo, and provide electricity to the city, right? And get paid for the utility, because like, having to start and stop a steam engine is very annoying. It would require an entire redesign, so probably not going to happen, but 'twas a thought. Are you gonna pump the water out of the basement, or is it always that flooded? I'm gonna keep letting it go, but I'm also going to save constantly, because the dev hinted that there's something funny that happens if you let it flood. So it's a controlled flood. How are you doing today, Horizon? You're not usually up at this time. Has that minimum volume reactor layout design been helping you at all? Haven't updated the ND36 with it yet. I am rather curious to see if an 8-rod reactor has the same output, or can hold a candle to the output that you usually need. Or at least that you said that you needed for the XB36. The municipal reservoir has sprung a leak. Oh no! Anyways. Oh right, I was gonna put some music on. Whoops. What do we got? Spoiled for choice, I am. Oops. Alright, let's bring residential up to 75. Then we'll bring industrial up to 125. Or more, actually. Maybe we'll go residential 125? Maybe? Residential 100. That's better. Oh my. Yes, yes, yes. It's only 6 p.m. for you? Right. Ha! The water's gotten so high that the flywheel is throwing water. Alright, I am going to start writing this down so that I do not forget. Oops. Alright, you know what? We'll swap it over. We need to do industrial anyways. I wonder if there's some way to automate the pumping of coal into the boiler, or into the furnace. Like some kind of auger that pushes the coal, somehow. I feel like that might be a little bit too dangerous. Steam cylinders, huh? Let's refill the coal, and get back on top of lubricants. An auto stoker that... Wait, that's a real thing? I was kidding! It's not in the game, but I was thinking about it as like one of the most back-breaking things about running a steam engine is shoveling the coal. That's actually really cool, though. Just, yeah, I'll just put a screw here and feed coal into the furnace by, like, I don't know, a crank. Like, just crank, 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 crank. Actually, I'm gonna write that down. Alright, we are at 120. Probably a good time to swap it over to municipal. Wow, that was the I think that was the longest streak of, hey, pick up, 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 pick up. In real examples, the auto stoker was usually run by a small steam piston or turbine. Okay. Well, in this instance, I imagine the game dev doesn't want to automate stuff too much, but I imagine the auto stoker would make running the twin boilers just a little more tolerable. No. Fine. Alright, let's get municipal up to 100, hopefully. Okay, so we have basement phone. Electrical generator attached to the crankshaft. I'm kind of hoping a shark comes through here. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to work overtime to this time. Let's see. Generate quick dirty funds separate from the pump contracts. Good. That residential reservoir has been leaking so much. I want to call in Hatsune Miku. They'll take the leak away and spin it. Alright, alright, What do you want? Everything is still leaking. Huh. Hmm. Oops. Oh, damn, that's, pretty low, actually. I wonder if that's as high as the water will go. I take it back, the water has gotten higher. Pile that coal high. Something weird is going on with my boiler. Why the hell is it not exhausting up and out? It's exhausting forward. Like, that's weird, right? Hmm. I have an idea for a nice steam locomotive. Nuclear steam locomotive, of course. That I want to implement, and I'll probably start working on that tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow. I don't know. We shall see. Alright. Shut it. First of your spells is now ready for playtesting. Ooh. Can't wait to look into it. Alright, I need to buff Industrial. Why isn't the... Oh. That better be the gatehouse. No? Come on, gatehouse. I need you. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind it. Started with Thermal Hell Zone. Hell yes. That one's a fun one. Industrial required. Whistle clean. And I still have some steam pressure to play with, which will make starting this boiler up much faster. True to its name, it is centered on oneself, but Zarathan's gonna have the only one that can cast it, essentially. Yeah, probably. I imagine it would. Alright, that's burning a little cleaner. So I was right, that's smoke coming out of the front grill is an indicator of where. Okay.
out there, there are billions of them waiting to be fed. They're marching, always hungry, never out of breath. Heading for your colonies like a massive swarm of death. At first they were just a few, but we all acted too late. The infection began to spread, sentencing the human fate. Now all those souls are infected. There's no hiding
Alright.
from this curse.
No. I'm excited too. Why are you? Don't stop talking about it. If you like it, keep talking about it. It's not like I'm saying anything. I sort of hit a wall of like, oh, I've got a lot going on, and like, how do I put it? I have a lot to say, but it's so much that they're all jamming into my brain at the same time. So I can't really figure out what I need to talk about.
Beware of the infected out there on the fields, in the forest, near the streets. Where is God when you need Him to save you from this beast? Fight your best, guard your colony on your walls with your best men. Defend us from the hungry billions. If you fail, well, try again. What can you do if the storm is coming? What will you do to survive? Whatever happens, don't try to fight back, 'cause you won't make it out alive.
Sounds good, Horizon. I actually look forward to the result of that experiment. One of the benefits of trimming down the reactor a bit is, well, one, more weight for you to put into boilers or turbines or whatever you need to get that plane off the ground. Less weight used up by the fuel rods and the reaction chambers and the water used for the Endeavor. Hello, Dio! Welcome! Ah, yes, that can be an issue. Also, Horizon, have you put a tank before the inlet of the steam inlet of the turbines. I know it seems weird, but when you... Hello, Harmon! But yeah, but when you put a tank right before the inlet of the turbines, sorry, you're able to supercharge the turbines by essentially building up the atmospheres. We did a test on this actually, and it works out really well. It's like I want to say a 150% boost, something like that? Or is it a 50% boost? I keep forgetting how percentages work. Yes, welcome, Harmon. As you can see, I am burning the midnight oil because I was finding it a little bit personal opinion. You don't have to change anything. I was having trouble keeping the reservoirs filled enough to go to justify going home. Also, turns out I had a save before the boiler exploded, and the boiler's in tip-top condition. So, yeah, it's really embarrassing that in a singular day, I blew the boiler.
Cloaked in thoughts of midnight quarters, side by side, we sunbound gorgeous breeze, set forth for making orders that will sail together. Hold fast, tides are turning, kings roar, miles of burning will all be returning if we sail together.
The fire station. When I wished for more water pressure, I didn't mean to see my men go flying every time I turned on the valves. Oh no! Yeah, I remember you hinting that I should let the basement flood at some point. Or at least you'd mentioned that something funny happens. So I'm saving religiously and I'm letting it happen, but we'll see how that goes. You're calling to let me know that the industrial reservoir is leaking. Turns out you had installed the steam turbines wrong. Oh dear. But yeah, how are you doing today, Harmon? I'm excited for that, for the demo to release next week. Or this coming week. Next week? Next week. Yeah, that works. I am so confused why the steam engine isn't running with its usual veracity. No, that's still set at 50. Ooh, now that's an idea. No worries, Horizon, I've made the exact same mistakes. Back to writing up the stuff. Alright. Read the basement flooding. I will put a player drowning feature in there at some point. Well, I actually had a really interesting... Well, I had an idea. Not necessarily an interesting one. So the idea being that there are... whatchamacallits? There are certain flags that can trigger, right? Where if your energy is very low and you end the shift with the basement flooded, right? When you come back, the entire world will be flooded. And, you know, so either something happens, maybe something horror or whatever, and then your character wakes up and, they've just been stressing out over the flooding. An idea. Not necessarily a good one. That's a lot of work to do. I am still Oh. I wonder if that's why the wheel is slow. Is because it's dipping into the water, and the water resistance is causing the flywheel to slow down, which is reducing the efficacy of the engine. I hear it picking up, so that might actually be the case. That was precisely the case. Harmon, you think of everything. That's a really cool feature and downside to letting the basement flood. Oh, I'm not saying that, like, raising the flood levels higher, that's not a requirement. It's just a funny thing of, you know how when you stress out over something, or, like, your brain just sort of goes, let me, okay. What I'm thinking is that when you stress out over something, you tend to have a nightmare about it, right? Like, occasionally I still have nightmares about being late, right? Even though I sleep when the, oops. I run my day in reverse, so I never have that issue. If I oversleep, it only eats into my ancillary time. That's gonna be someone talking about why all the noise? What noise? Everything's oiled. Oh, I suppose I'm running the steam engine at night. I don't know. You don't have to do any of that. It's just a very silly idea of mine. For funs.
Linger in the waters where the merfolk are at play. The ocean's sons and daughters will lead our kind astray. Though many is the sailor who has
Oh dear.
found themselves on
Oh
land
wow, okay, that's
after
way over pressure.
meeting with the strange mirth that they could not
It's time to swap over to residential.
It seems they care for no reward for tender ministration. When we have toppled overboard in our inebriation. But if it's you they've chosen, they'll surround you with their kin. Your legs are bound and frozen in a wrap of silver skin. Soon you'll be understanding all that passes from their tongues. No food you'll be demanding, nor fresh air to fill your lungs. And they'll take you as their brother or their sister as they please. And you'll be just another of the merfolk in the sea.
A ship, she dreams of wind in her sails, of wind in her sails, unfurled and shining as we cross the sea, we cross the sea for her. Then we'll all raise our voices, a song.
Shut that row! Right? Right? This reservoir is about to overflow. Listen, buddy. Alright? It's really difficult not to lose reputation when the tolerance is so thin. Either the reservoir is full or it's borderline empty. And then if I go over that to just have a buffer, you start complaining. What am I supposed to do about that besides exploit the shite out of it in the demo before it becomes a frigging dance of death?
And we have the wind in our sails. When we have our feet on the ground,
Wait, why am I feeding the boiler when I can't use any of the steam?
we'll sow our good fortune.
Okay, come on, ring the phone, ring the phone.
There'll be feasting and pleasure. No more rationing and measure.
Damn.
When we have the wind in our sails.
Yes, the residential reservoir is back online. It's about to go below its tolerance, though. Come on, ring the phone so I can swap it over. I'm losing steam. Also, Harmon, I hear that. I hear the boiler overpressure release going. I did see that. I'm excited for it. I'm glad it's a thing. Oh boy. Alright, may as well take care of the steam engine while I wait.
There's a tale of bold sea dogs told about the most this summer order. He was such a brute, he'd call your loot, then he'd sail off with your daughter. Who's this lonesome rat you say who sailed the seven seas? He'd take on all the merchant ships and bring them to their knees. Grog bells, black heart to the core. Grog bells.
Yeah, I'm about to lose a bunch of rep because the residential thing is about to drop below acceptable.
If you glanced at his horn, you see he was properly hard as nails, and they called him Grog Bells. Now I get the feeling you're not hearing how frightening he would be. He could skin your chest right through your vest while he cut the stuff your knees. He'd plow his ship through storms and seas no other pirate dared. He'd plunder all their lovers' loot, no treasure chest was spared. Grog bells, black heart to the core. Grog bells,
Where the hell is the gatehouse?
Now is he dead? Cause we're not sure. I thought I saw him at the tavern next door. Yes, he is rather fond of ale, and they call him Groggery. the base.
I did see that note, actually, Harmon. The sneaky one about, yeah, you can allow for slight overpressure to feed more power into the steam engine, at the risk of boiler integrity loss. You sneaky bugger. Alright. That will be fun, though. The beacons are lit! The pump station calls for aid! Or sorry, the steam whistle is crying! The pump station calls for aid! The gatehouse is silent. But we need you! Wait, can the gatehouse only be summoned once per night now? Is that what's going on? Yeah, see, I'm about to lose rep. This is why I overpressurize my darn things. I'm not that smart. I don't know how to keep it balanced. And I'm running out of money. Finally, residential, please. Yeah, I must have messed up the last whistle. Oops. Thud. Man, I just want to take steel wool on a stick and just press it against that while it's running. Polish it quickly. I know I'd probably chew up the stick and then I'd get slapped in the face by the broom handle. What is it with other countries spawning new singers that sound exactly like legends? Probably because America shit cans all of their talent. So it's not that we don't find people who sound like legends here. It's just that it's a lot easier for whatever. It's a lot easier for the for people to be found who have that vocal quality out there. Germany spawned a dude that sounds exactly like Motorhead's lead singer. Bulgaria has someone who sounds exactly like AC/DC. And then someone else that sounds like, get this, Michael Jackson. I hope he's just as wholesome. The world could really use a champion right about now. Son of a bitch! What do you want? What do you want? Are you gonna complain that you have water pressure? Trying to sleep, why all the noise? It is an industrial building! Why are you next to me? But yeah, it's not that we'll never have people like Michael Jackson again, or with the same talent. It's that it's very difficult to capitalize on that talent because of the music industry, because of everything else that's been going on. So, yeah. Plus, he's not going to be exactly the same, because, well, Michael Jackson grew up in a very particular way. So, I guess we'll find out. No, I mean, like, Michael Jackson sang, danced, and wrote, right? I highly doubt this guy has the exact same presence, as it were. Like, he's gonna be able to do covers and stuff. But it depends on what his talent is. I'm so close to getting the first upgrade. I wanna use it. The condenser ran somewhat consistently at 99.8. So how are you cooling the condenser? Because you may need an air-to-air or air-to-fluid heat exchanger in order to cool it the way that you think you're cooling it. Because you're essentially just cooling it at ambient, which doesn't work very well.
The devil's roar,
It's annoying that sometimes you need a cooling system for your cooling system. I mean, eh.
upon her shore, best ride to those who they adore. Just ask the souls who came before. Those poor forgotten souls.
Wow, the industrial reservoir is leaking again. Huzzah! I got money. I got money and merit. And 1 rep. I got 1 rep from that. Yes. Do you have enough merit for an upgrade? No, I have to wait another day for this contract to be done. Although I'm looking forward to another contract because I was sitting on those contracts for 2 days! 2 days! Excellence! I have been punished for excellence! I finished them day of and then I had to sit there waiting for them to finish! I swear, having some kind of handy haversack would be helpful. we're gonna let that cool. Yes. Alright, that should raise the temperature pretty quick. What you want? That's the Steam Fiend. I was just cleaning it. See, it's working again. Calm thyself. Be calm, thy titties. The way that I usually run a radiator is I just give it access to the outside of creation. That's usually just the best way to do it. Way too much going on. Damn it. That is such a precise hitbox. I was looking practically right at it. Ah. Well, so there is a way to make it it's internal. It's internal. But the way that you make it work for you is that you use the passive radiator, right? And then it just looks like ridges on the outside of the plane, right? It doesn't. It's not. Actually, there are a few radiators on that design, if I recall correctly. I don't know, but listening to the can while watching a flywheel spin is kind of funny. The hell? There we go. You guys saw that, right? I span it for days, but it just wasn't taking. So the way that you test that to see if it's effective is put two dials down, right? One for one side of the boilers, one for the other. And you make one system active, one system, and keep one system the same. And see which one is more effective at cooling. Yes. Alright, see you around, Dio. Hopefully I wasn't too boring. My brain decided, hey, what if you made a Stein out of an old brass artillery casing? Yeah, because that's a good idea. It looked cool. I don't understand why these bolts or nuts keep coming loose if I don't actually use them or put any pressure on them. They just loosen naturally? Like these ones I understand, they're under constant pressure and vibration. I remember hearing a thing about this soundtrack where, in order to make the ambiance perfect, they had to tell the valve block, what? That cable block bolt has the pressure reservoirs behind it, which is why it loosens over time. I see. Yeah, see, it's already loose. I just tightened it. Son of a... Just gonna start taking the number 2 wrench down with me. And it's loose again. Ow. Well... That's great timing, because I plan on swapping over to residential right about now. As soon as that hits 140 PSI. What do you know, as soon as it hits 140 PSI, something happens. Quit that racket! What racket? Everything's oiled! An answer on the first ring? Wow! I feel so special. What do you want? Right as I was about to pump it full of water. Also, right as I was about to pass the frick out. It is around that time, but... Eef. Oh dear, my phone is dead. That's not good. Alright. Alright. What are we on? Oh, that's... I can't do that. Hang on.
Take a sip of this, I'm an itty bitty cuphead. 1 sentence in, I've already made a pun. Yeah, picking up steam, wonder why they call me hothead. Struck a deal with the devil.
There we go. Back to it! Two problems while in flight. The reactor runs hotter than the commanded 278. Been set for 150. Now the condensers also run at 100 degrees. Okay, so you obviously need some kind of active cooling solution. That whole, oh, it'll do stuff in flight. I don't think Stormworks works that way. I think you need an air-to-air or air-to-fluid heat exchanger or a radiator or something. Not only that, it needs to be open to the air. And like I said, there are quite a few ways to do that without compromising the look of your plane. But as it stands, at least we now learned. Also, wait. The reactor runs hotter than the commanded 278. Is the, is the reactor controller not working? Because I can hand off my reactor controller for whatever you need. Ah, okay. Yes. So, there are a few idiosyncrasies of an 8-rod reactor. One of which is, well, controlling it. Because it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be, you need very stringent reactor rod controls. An easy way to control it is take the target temperature and the rod heat, run it through an f of x function where you subtract the rod heat from the target, right? Or the target from the rod heat. Then either make it like absolute value or multiply it to be negative, right? Not absolute value. Run it negative, right? Where you multiply it by a negative symbol, -1, sure, and then divide it by 5. Divide the total of that by 5, and feed that into your Actually, I might have a better solution for that, but we'll figure that out. Divide that by 5, and then feed that result into your controlled rod depth, and you will have a pretty decent control rod setup. I need to write down the thing that I just thought of, because that might actually make the my personal control rod algorithm way more effective. If I divide the result by the current temperature, is the thought, then I'll be able to bypass the issue of... Because the reason why I had it divided by 5, was for the control rod, or the, I forget why. It was a lot of trial and error of getting the control rod to respond fast enough without just instantly clamping down and ruining the reaction. So maybe divided by 0.5 of z. I love my ADHD brain and how I'm thinking about nuclear physics and coding while doing this Steam game. This coal boiler Steam game, I might add. Which is really funny to think about because, like, this is a bit of a meditative game, despite how hectic it is. Like, I don't think I have any broken head cylinder bolts. Oh no, they're all broken. Okay. Okay, Horizon. The problem that you're experiencing, or not experiencing, the problem is that while your controller worked for the X12, right, its reactor was a different configuration. At least, I think you're running my configuration of an 8-rod reactor. 8-rod reactors react differently. The way that you build reactors changes how it behaves. Like, it's not a one-to-one. it's now the same configuration? What do you mean? Maybe I should run a delta function to take the difference in temperatures and apply that to some kind, apply that to an algorithm where the change in temperature delta dictates just how aggressive the reaction control rod is used and applied. Alright, we're gonna wind down right now because I've got to take a nap before work. Maximum of 200 psi, 150 psi, and 100 psi. But as soon as I get close to those, we get severe leakage. And they complain about how it's overpressure. But if the maximum pressure that's... Hang on. Alright. I am going to call it here. Thank you all for watching. I had a wonderful time chatting with people and having conversations, as well as brainstorming new ideas. I haven't just been idle. I'm sorry that I got really quiet, because it's just way too much, way too fast. But I hope that all of you have a lovely day, and I will see you guys next time in another Stormworks thing, because I had a lot of really interesting ideas, and I need to implement them. I need to test them. I need to make sure that they work. But, in any case, I will see you guys. I already said that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Well, Cuphead.